Monrovia Monrovia is the capital city of the West African country of Liberia. Located on the Atlantic coast at Cape Mesurado, Monrovia had a population of 1,010,970 as of the 2008 census. With 29% of the total population of Liberia, Monrovia is the country's most populous city. Founded in 1822, Monrovia today serves as the economic, financial and cultural center of Liberia. Its economy shaped primarily by its harbor and its role as the seat of Liberia's government. Monrovia is named in honor of U.S. President James Monroe, a prominent supporter of the colonization of Liberia and the American Colonization Society. Along with Washington, D.C., it is one of two national capitals to be named after a U.S. president. Prior to the arrival of repatriated blacks from North America, the area around Cape Mesurado and the mouth of the Mesurado River was called Dakar. It was long established as a crossroads and place of trade, and was inhabited by fishing, trading and farming communities of various ethnicities including the Dey, Kru, Bassa, Gola, and Y. The French cartographer and slave trader Chevalier des Marques visited Dakar and the Cape in 1723, where he conducted business and later published a map of the area. In 1816, with the aim of establishing a self-sufficient colony for emancipated American slaves, something that had already been accomplished in Freetown, the first group of African American settlers arrived in West Africa from the United States under the auspices of the American Colonization Society and support of the U.S. government. They landed at Sherbro Island in present-day Sierra Leone. On January 7, 1822, a ship took them to Dazo Island in the mouth of the Mesurado River. They subsequently went ashore on Cape Mesurado, establishing the settlement of Christopolis. In 1824, the city was renamed Monrovia after James Monroe, then President of the United States, who was a prominent supporter of the colony in sending freed black slaves and ex-Caribbean slaves from the United States of America and Caribbean islands to Liberia, and who saw it as preferable to emancipation in America. In 1845, Monrovia was the site of the Constitutional Convention which drafted the constitution that would 2 years later be the constitution of an independent and sovereign Republic of Liberia. At the beginning of the 20th century, Monrovia was divided into two parts. Monrovia proper, where the city's Americo-Liberian population resided and was reminiscent of the southern United States in architecture, and Cretown, which was mainly inhabited by ethnic Krus but also Bussers, Grebos and other ethnicities. Of the 4,000 residents, 2,500 were Americo-Liberian. By 1926, ethnic groups from Liberia's interior began migrating to Monrovia in search of jobs. The population of Monrovia reached 10,000 by 1937. At that time, Monrovia's police department had 30 members. In 1979, the Organization of African Unity held their conference in the Monrovia area, with then-President William Tolbert as chairman. During his term, Tolbert improved public housing in Monrovia and decreased by 50% the tuition fees at the University of Liberia. A military coup led by Samuel Doe ousted the Tolbert government in 1980. With many members being executed, the city was severely damaged in the First and Second Liberian Civil Wars, notably during the siege of Monrovia. With many buildings damaged and nearly all the infrastructure destroyed, major battles occurred between Samuel Doe's government and Prince Johnson's forces in 1990 and with the NPFL's assault on the city in 1992. A legacy of the war is a large population of homeless children and youths, either having been involved in the fighting or denied an education by it. In 2002, Le Marbovi organized the Women of Liberia Mass Action for Peace with local women praying and singing in a fish market in Monrovia. This movement helped bring an end to the Second Liberian Civil War in 2003 and the election of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in Liberia, the first African nation with a female president. In 2014, the city was affected by the 2014 West Africa Ebola outbreak. The Ebola virus epidemic in Liberia was declared over on 3 September 2015. Monrovia lies along the Cape Mesurado Peninsula, between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mesurado River, whose mouth forms a large natural harbor. The St. Paul River lies directly north of the city and forms the northern boundary of Bushro Island, which is reached by crossing the New Bridge from downtown Monrovia. Monrovia is located in Montserrado County and is Liberia's largest city and its administrative, commercial and financial center. Under the Köppen climate classification, Monrovia features a tropical monsoon climate. The city of Monrovia consists of several districts, spread across the Mesurado Peninsula, with the greater metropolitan area encircling the marshy Mesurado River's mouth. The historic downtown, centered on Broad Street, is at the very end of the peninsula, with